Cancer, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche, where we talk about life, love, relationships, and everything in between by way of the tarot. If you're brand new to the channel or just cross-watching, I am JT. If you are a returning subscriber, you have my love. Keep in mind, this is just a general reading, you guys, so don't hate the reader. Just know that I'm trying to give you as many explanations of the cards that I can, okay? Also, keep in mind that I always place haiku poems right before your reading starts. With that being said, I'll give you the down low. We'll shuffle up and we'll see what energy wants to shake loose for Cancer. Cancer, if you were born between the dates of June 21st through July 22nd, the universe is about to give you an answer. All right. Of course you were born between those dates. I was being facetious, you guys. Ooh, we got a little energy. Somebody wants to speak up. Somebody wants to say something. What's going to shake loose Cancer? You guys can fast forward through the shuffle if you like. I've already pre-shuffled, but sometimes I just want to do it just because. All right. Let's take a look at your current energy. Okay. Crossing challenge. The foundation. The recent past. The possibilities. The near future. The self. The environment. Hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. The outcome and the direction. Cancer, here are your 3 brand new poems from Haiku Corner, and when I get back, we're going to talk about this reading. All right, Cancer, we start off your reading with the 3 of Swords. It's not what you think. We're going to talk about it. Like I always tell everybody, these are just general readings, so if it fits, cool. If it doesn't, leave it for somebody else. All right, I'll give you the down low. The 3 of Swords energy, okay? Somebody here, somebody has, look, you're stretched thin in the heart space. I get this, okay? It's because somebody's acting unpredictable, okay? A little bit of a strategy, maybe a little bit of emotional evasiveness here. And I feel like you're finally seeing the pattern in something, okay? Yeah, you're stretched thin. You're not broken, okay? The 3 of Swords here isn't betrayal. It's about clarity through a little bit of discomfort, okay? So for some of you, this could look like, you know, that person that left you the M&M trail, right? You know, they're watching your socials right now, okay? And I don't know, it's got a masculine energy here that may have acted a little bit too busy, right? And now they're gonna send you that late night message, hey, you up? What's going on? You know, that type of energy. But for the feminine here, it could look like the feminine and maybe posting thirst traps aimed at you, you know, but pretends that it's not. Okay, so it does have both masculine and feminine energy. So just take what applies here, okay? And I'm not saying that in a negative way, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, when you're looking good, you're looking good, right? But um, I don't know. It's got mixed signals, you know, like they're going to like your post but ignore your text, that kind of thing. Okay, this does have a third party. We do got 2 threes here. We're going to talk about your crossing challenge with the 3 of Wands, but you know, so it could maybe be suggestive of a third party here trying to stir up some jealousy by maybe tagging your person, something like that, or I don't know, maybe you see a receipt, you know, a message, a comment makes you question somebody's intentions. It's got, I don't know, maybe like a past, I don't know, maybe a past conversation or something like that. That I don't know, maybe you avoided it or something, or maybe something needs to happen here. I'm not sure, but I've got this feeling like you realize you've been carrying a hell of a lot of emotional weight here, okay? And the majority of it wasn't yours, okay? So someone who hurt you may, I don't know, maybe intimidated. They may be intimidated by your glow up. All right, that was my best. Anyway, yeah, but this is somebody watching you a lot more than what they're going to admit. So it's got a little bit of strategic, trying to see if you'll chase kind of energy. It's got both, like I said, masculine and feminine. So if you're the feminine watching this, the masculine would be very guarded, avoidant, kind of testing the water. So, just kind of pay attention to the text, right? Pay attention to the way they are around you. Maybe in that friend group, when you get to about a serious conversation, they're the one that's going to be like a little quiet. Um, if you're the masculine looking at this, it would be the feminine's very intuitive at this time, okay? Emotionally aware, definitely done with games, okay? Let's talk about the Three of Wands here. All right. Once again, I'm gonna need you to do this. One of those deals, right? Take it with a grain of glitter, you guys. It's all about a shift in direction. Okay. This is about a new path that is about to take place here for you. This Three of Wands energy is I am now taking action. Your challenge here, the crossing challenge, is your patience. Okay. Waiting for what you deserve. Okay. Without maybe, without the shrinking, without shrinking to your standards. Okay. You're ready for a relationship here, but someone else is dragging their damn feet. Okay. For some of you, it could be as simple as is this representing like a job opportunity or something coming, but the timing feels a little slow. Maybe you're tempted to like, I don't know, maybe you're tempted to settle because, well, hell, you're tired of waiting, right? But I don't know, this could look like somebody at a distance also, maybe wanting to return, but hasn't made that move yet. So that's that slow energy here. But this is definitely in motion. Okay. The masculine energy here is almost ready, but not quite. The feminine energy is waiting for the sign. Okay. So it has that, it's got behind the scenes kind of situation here, expanding. Perhaps some of you are on the career path, unsure kind of which direction to maybe like, commit to, right? For others, this is like that long-term investment or something that, I don't know, it may be in that, in the motion to pay off, right? But I feel like this is all preparation for some kind of a major life shift. We do got this Wheel of Fortune. We're going to talk about it, okay? But the universe is kind of like, just pacing you right here, okay? So someone's, I don't know, this is as far as human behavior, it just speaks to, someone keeps saying, soon, or you kind of hearing those words, those terms, but maybe kind of a little avoidant of like all the specifics, whether that's relationship or money or opportunity. So just kind of pay attention. But this is all about, really to me, planning and strategizing, the hesitation involved, um, you know, preparing, you're manifesting, you're trusting the timing here. Okay. All right, let's move on into the foundation. In the foundation, we got the Judgment card. Okay. Well, it's all about perspective. It's really seriously when we open up with the Three of Swords. Okay, it's like I'm done lying to myself here, right? You're done lying to yourself about what you want. And who deserves the access to you. It's kind of like that pivotal point in your life that just says, I've had enough, I'm done. This is a truth that's coming out. And I feel like it could be your feelings or somebody else coming towards you. Maybe you've been kind of like dimming your intuition a little bit. We're going to talk, we got the High Priestess here also. Okay. But this could look like maybe a karmic cycle that's going to end abruptly. Maybe you forgive somebody, not to necessarily reconnect with the person, but to like just release, let go. It's done, right? Wheel of Fortune. And again, it's got a masculine energy here, maybe admitting that maybe they misjudged you, or the feminine energy in this would be like, I don't know, this is a long held secret I've had for a while. Okay. So you're seeing someone's true character, maybe through, I don't know, the social media platforms that they're on or something, or it even could have been like through third party. We did have those, the Three of Wands energy there, Three of Swords. So maybe a third party type of information here, but I don't know. This is seeing somebody's true patterns, right? Becoming clear. So For some of you, it could look like, generational cycles that you're breaking. You're choosing yourself in a way I feel like you never have before. So, as far as human behavior in this card, it's definitely got like someone who, I don't know, maybe they doubted you, okay, and they see your worth very clearly now, okay? Let's move on into the recent past. The 10 of Pentacles. All right. This this isn't a warning, okay? It's just clarity, okay? And what I mean by this is all about memory, loyalty, long-term bonds here, okay? These things are surfacing right now. We got that high priestess. We're going to get on it, I promise, but in the recent past, this is something you were building something stable, okay? Or at least trying to, okay? But I feel like someone else wasn't ready for that same level of the commitment that's involved with this 10 of Pentacles. You know what I mean? For some of you, this is envisioning that, that family situation, the future with someone that's emotionally mature. You've got that love life on the Three of Swords energy from the very beginning, right? Maybe you helped somebody financially or emotionally more than somebody helped you, but this is all about long-term connection, and perhaps it resurfaced again, okay? And we're going to talk about that with that Knight of Wands. Maybe you considered marriage, or moving in with somebody. For some of you, that's what it could look like, but I don't know. I kind of get the feeling like a masculine energy here, maybe feared like losing their independence. Maybe that was part of that, maybe part of that slow movement that we saw earlier, right? But the feminine energy here definitely needs that emotional commitment, right? That deeper commitment. So maybe you saw someone's family side or something. It changed your perspective, or at least what maybe there was a clashing of different religions or aspects or something like that. But there could have been something like that. But it's realizing you want that long term security. Not like temporary passion or anything like that. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe someone acted loyal, but just lacked on the consistency. Okay, the consistency. So we're going to move on. We're going to talk about now the Wheel of Fortune, sudden change, unexpected blessings here. Your luck is turning, and this is very dramatic. I can tell you why it's dramatic. We're going to get to those cards, but I feel like for some of you, this could just, even the generic version of this is lottery, luck, small, unexpected win or something like that. But for others, it could be a job offer or something that's about to appear, maybe out of nowhere. Financial breakthroughs, this could be anything from, like a soulmate connection who enters, maybe you weren't even looking for that. For some of you, you're just kind of, you know, um, just looking for better intentions, better, you know, better exit strategies, whatever it is, but I feel like there is some kind of a sudden move, maybe a relocation, opportunity or something like that. It does have both masculine and feminine energy. So the masculine would look like finally, stepping up, right? We're talking about the Wheel of Fortune. This is a brand new cycle, a brand new change. So the feminine energy would be choosing a person with clarity here. Okay. Um, I don't know. Either way, it's if it's a person we're talking about, it's like that person who hesitated. This has got bold energy. Okay, all right. So we're going to talk about the near future here. We've got the Seven of Cups. Once again, another one of those situations. Yep. Look, this is all about options. Okay, you've got options in love. You've got options in your career, directions. But here's the thing: not all of them are real. Okay, there's an illusion in this Seven of Cups as well. This could look like two romantic options appearing at once for some of you. Okay, someone from the past returns, while someone new is coming onto the scene. That could be for some of you, right? For others, this could be like a job offer that maybe competes with some kind of like a passion project that you're on. Okay, some of you have those side hustles or things like that, and your work's overwhelming you. You're not able to invest in any more time, so you're kind of like, which one do which one do I go for here? Well, you know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stick to your passions, right? But maybe you're just unsure of which path is going to lead to that long-term stability, whether that is, the relationship wise, and perhaps both of those could be intertwined, right? Um, The masculine energy here is it's all about like that, I don't know, fantasizing about you, but maybe avoids action. The feminine energy here is dreaming about you, but maybe fears rejection as well. So, if you're the masculine looking for the feminine here, cross watching, just keep those things in mind, okay? But this could also reflect about those mixed messages earlier on, that we talked about, maybe from someone who's maybe a little overwhelmed, okay? Within the Seven of Cups, we do have temptation too. Something that maybe looks good but feels a little bit off for some of you, right? Anyway, this is also about illusion. Like I said, remember it's the kind of an illusion card. So I feel like you're choosing like clarity over the fantasy here. So anyway, take what fits you guys. But this very well could be that Knight of Wands energy. Someone trying to impress you with potential, maybe not so much consistency, but with the potential. So okay, but I think you know this, and the reason I say is because we've got in the self position the High Priestess. Okay, you're stepping into this. This is the psychic era, right? This is the emotionally intelligent era of our life. Okay, this is intuitive. Um, she's the triple moon goddess, right? She is very could be dealing with Pisces here. We don't have to be, which could be. This is trusting your gut, about maybe that third party, that situation, or pulling back your energy, so as to not really be involved with the chase any longer here. Okay, so this could also talk about dreaming about someone, right? Maybe you dream about them and then they text. You have that. You're concentrated on something completely different. You have like a split-second thought, and there they are. Hello, camera. Sorry about that, you guys. Getting clear is what it's all about, though. I take that as a synchronicity. It's seeing through manipulation here. Okay, it's maybe you're becoming just a little bit more private. Okay, and that would definitely help magnetize and deeper connections. Okay, but I'm not doubting my inner voice anymore. That's what this is all reference to. And people feel drawn to you, but maybe they're a little bit intimidated by I don't know, they can sense your emotional depth, right? All right, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the environment. We got this Knight of Wands. This is boldness. Okay, this is passion. This is sexual energy on both sides. I'm sure someone around you is coming in hot. Okay, it's got fast, bold, passionate kind of energy here. Fire signs for sure. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Just take what fits. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. But this is all about that bold message coming in, right? That masculine energy wanting. I want physical closeness with you. I want to touch you. I want to watch your lips move while you speak. I want to die inside your eyes. That kind of passion, right? So the feminine energy here is definitely becoming way more flirtier. Okay, the masculine energy, like I said, wants that physical closeness. They want to be around you. It could look like somebody traveling to come see you. Somebody trying to win you over, maybe with a little bit of charm here. It's got a little bit of jealousy involved. We did see a little bit of the three action, so we could be talking about third party jealousy outside. But this is chemistry becoming undeniable. All right, so it's got that. They act impulsively because they're afraid of losing you, right? So just take what resonates, you guys. Don't be scared. This person, whether it's masculine or feminine, it may come off really strong and bold, but you understand now why. It's because there's something underlying here, and they may not have expressed this to you yet. Okay. All right. In the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries, this is why I know it's bold. Okay. Look, take a deep breath. This is tender, but you're safe. This is temptation. This is snake energy. For some of you, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all, the snake energy is all about transportation, transformation. You know what I mean? Like shedding your old patterns and things like that. You are craving a connection that feels intoxicating. Okay. And I get it, right? You're drawn to someone, maybe you think they're bad for you. Maybe the other person, I don't know. It's got sexual connection. It feels addictive. And there is nothing wrong with that. Okay. The problem, if there is, because we still are talking about relationships, we have the two that are tied to each other here. This is a tight connection, okay? This has got obsessive kind of energy in it. The masculine here is watching your social media. The feminine energy is sexually attracted, but yet fearing maybe, I don't know, maybe they feel it so intensely that scares them, right? So it's got red flag, a little bit of energy. They're cautious. You are in that high, we do have that high priestess energy, right? So that would make you very cautious, but it feels magnetic, okay? And so you're both energies are feeling of like choosing wrong again here, okay? It's like, I'm possessive, but I'm going to be silent about it, and that scares me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, take what fits, but the devil energy is not bad. It's just it does it, and the only reason I say it in that turn is because, like I said, we got that Knight of Wands and then following up with the devil. So I know there's some heat, sexual tension. You both are gorgeous. You're on each other's minds. You're dreaming about each other, and the dreams are vivid. Anyway, outcome in the direction. All right, Cancer. Seven of Pentacles here this is all about long-term love. Okay, this is soulmate energy here. All right. For some of you, you could resonate with the swan. The swans are soulmates for life, right? So it's got slow, steady. It's all about intentionally growing, in love or money, self-worth, that type of energy. Okay, I'm going to unpack it. This is a relationship that's going to deepen, and I feel like it is like a, I don't know. This may be like that slow, super slow burn though. Okay. But with that type of connection, soulmate or just high powered connection, this is going to pay off. Okay. And I feel like this is going to be that super duo kind of couple type energy here. We got this Seven of Pentacles, the masculine here is choosing consistency, right? Um, deliberateness. The feminine energy is all about the emotional safety here, so you're not rushing out to outcomes anymore. You're checking yourself out. You're making sure that, I don't know, that your progress in your career is in line. you know um, you're attracting in the people who value your type of effort that you're putting in. And so this is all about the realization of building something really real here. You know what I'm saying? You've planted the seed of growth. You're watching it, just kind of in that mature state of mind. Cancer, it's all, like I said, I do believe this is a slow burn, but I feel like you're stepping into, this very intuitive, very grounded, deeply magnetic. We see that, love is becoming way more intentional here. I feel like your money and everything is, you're in your superpower with that high priestess energy, so, and it's attractive, very attractive. Okay. Intimidating as hell, but very attractive, so someone passionate is entering into your life or returning for some of you, right? But I feel like this time, I don't know, you're choosing from a different place, from that place of like wisdom, that place of no, the I don't, the longing is not as much, right? Because or you understand that what you're reaching for is that long-term outcome, right? Steady, emotionally safe type of love, And so I really feel like you're just building something that's going to last. I do see that in this reading. So I hope you got something from this. I hope it was confirmation or at least clarity for some. Anyway, Cancer, if you enjoyed the reading, would you thumb it up? Sure will help the channel. Anyway, leave your comments too. I'd love to hear from you, okay? Anyway, I love you. I appreciate you. If you're a subscriber to the channel, much love. Anyway, okay, I'll leave last week's reading right here. It might resonate, it might not. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next readings, okay? All right, bye-bye.